Perez,
Aye.
Mr. Alvaresco,
Aye.
Mr. Griffin,
Aye.
Ms. Clark Smith, aye. Ms. McClendon,
Aye.
motion passed.
Item number 7, action to approve and ratify the poll vote for the regular board meeting November 4th, 2019. Consent agenda items A through B taken on November 8th, 2019. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Griffin, second by Ms. Perez. Is there discussion?
Yes.
Chair recognizes Ms. Giles.
I have no idea.
Mrs. Giles' poll vote, you were called by Mrs. Walton. It was in regards to consent agenda A through B that was in your packet for the November 4th meeting.
Regarding hiring.
Consent agenda A through B, which is the hiring and fundraisers. And when Ms. Walton called you to take the vote, you stated that you did not want to vote. It was approved.
And I said that where you are able to ask her questions about whoever, and that's why I didn't want to take the vote.
Okay. Well, this is in regards to consent agenda A through B from the November 4th meeting.
Ms. McClendon?
Yes.
May I suggest you withdraw this motion and instead just make a motion to approve that consent agenda from the November 4th
Okay.
meeting?
All right. Item number 7, action to approve the regular board meeting.
First, I would withdraw the vote that's on the motion.
Okay, I'm gonna withdraw the motion.
And now we can see if there's a second to withdraw.
Second.
Okay. Now, make a new motion to just approve the November 4th consent agenda items A through D.
Okay, action to approve the consent agenda items A through B from November 4th, 2019. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Griffin, second by Ms. Smith. Is there discussion? Roll call.
Ms. Clark Smith, aye. Ms. Giles,
Nay.
Ms. Perez,
Aye.
Mr. Alvaresco,
Aye.
Mr. Griffin,
Aye.
Ms. McClendon,
Aye.
motion passed.
Item number 8, action to approve the bill list in the amount of $850,614.62. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Smith, second by Ms. Perez. Is there any discussion?
Yeah.
Chair recognizes Ms. Giles.
Correct. State grants, just for those who might not know, we have a number of grants. State grants, specifically the early childhood grant. The state actually issues the money in fixed monthly scheduled payments for which we have to submit quarterly expenditure reports. In the case of the those early childhood grants, for last year, the district underspent and hence had to return the unspent money that was not spent for those specific state grants. Federal grants, we have to spend the money first and get reimbursed.
Okay, that
Well, I can give a general answer. It was a combination of timing, to be quite honest. Part of the holdback or the underspending was the district was in the midst of, for most of the year, for union negotiations. And as you know, the grant we're talking about, the early childhood grant, literally covers 100% of the early childhood program. And part of it was held back not knowing the level of increases in salary and benefit. And we did not actually ratify or both sides come together, still haven't gotten decided. We still haven't ratified until mid-June, and the grant is over June 30th. But so that was part of it. With that being said, I think it was a set aside of like 15,000 weeks. The principal did attempt to spend some of the money, but we didn't want to just spend just for sake of spending. and hence that's the reason for the undercut. She ordered stuff that did support the program, a few of the last minute things, but for the most part, that's the reason why. Did I say that right? I'm sorry.
Absolutely. You know,
No, it's actually already been done for this year and it's actually higher. It's based, now, without being the person who prepares the grant, I know that it's based on our various enrollments and state allocations, but I do know that the allocation for this year is actually higher than last year's. And, we actually are having a similar situation, but we already have discussed it, because as you know, we're currently in negotiations with our non-certified staff. And this particular grant has quite a few non-certified staff, meaning the teachers. Hey, we've already sort of discussed this, and we have made a certain assumption to spend the money first, and, continue to spend as if it is what it is, and as it gets closer, we'll make cuts to the materials, if we overspend towards the end of the year. So we learned our lesson.
Thank you very much.
Okay, yes.
I have warrior, not the fees, but actually what was discussed in it, the billing statements, the things that were discussed. That's very important.
I'm sorry, 1 second, Ms. Giles.
Is that accessible to the public? Is that going to be criminal information that the whole board would have to agree to talk about in public session?
No, it's not accessible to the
So,
okay.
I mean,
Ms.
that-
Giles, we would have to talk in closed session. Ms. Giles, those issues that you have in regards to attorney, bills and what was discussed as far as the billing, we would have to discuss that in closed session. Okay. I did want to make an adjustment, because I do want to make, a motion to remove the student, and to vote upon that separately. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go back, to the original motion. So item number 8, action to approve the bill list in the amount of $786,424.21.
Could you repeat that one more time?
$786,424.21. That includes the attorney bills. The only deduction out of that original $850,614.62 is the first student billing for $64,190.41, which will be voted upon separately.
Do you want to table this one or leave it for closed session, so we can discuss?
No, we don't need to. Yeah, we just need to vote upon it separately.
What about the attorneys?
The attorney fees, I don't think that needs to be tabled. Nobody has a question in regards to the amount, it's just in regards to the language. Okay, alright. So, item number 8, action to approve the bill list in the amount of $786,424.21. Is there a motion? Moved by Ms. Smith, second by Ms. Perez. Roll call.
Mr. Averistro,
aye.
Ms. Garland, absent. Mr. Griffin,
Aye.
Ms. Giles,
Aye.
Ms. Perez,
Aye.
Ms. Clark Smith, aye. Ms. McClendon.
Aye.
Motion passed.
now we're gonna go up on first student. Action to approve first student, transportation in the amount of $64,190.41. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Smith, second by Mr. Griffin. Is there discussion? Roll call. I'm sorry, Chair recognizes Mr. Griffin.
What do you, separate?
I would like to have first student, pulled and voted separately because over the course of the year, there has been issues with first student and their building practices. Okay. There is no other discussion. Roll call.
Ms. Clark Smith, nay. Mr. Griffin,
Nay.
Ms. Perez,
Okay.
Ms. Delaristo, Ms. Giles, Ms. Giles.
I'm not,
The vote is Ms. Giles. We pulled first student from the, bill list to vote separate. Because first student is overcharging the district.
so what is
The motion is on the floor for action to approve first student transportation billing in the amount of $64,190.41.
nay?
Ms. Defendant,
Nay.
motion passed.
No, motion failed.
I'm sorry, motion failed. Okay.
Item number 9, action to approve the credit card bill list in the amount of we had a credit card bill?
Yes.
Okay.
$11,257.53.
Okay, action to,
Have copy.
fortunately, almost,
No more does.
no one does.
Because I don't have access to it for today.
Okay, can you got a copy now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can the board review?
Read to Ms. Giles. Funds for the education is $11,217.53. Transportation $10. Mission transport is $11,257.63.
That's it?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, for the record, the board has reviewed, the credit card, bill in in the amount of $11,257.53. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Griffin, second by Ms. Perez. Is there any discussion? Roll call?
Ms. Parsons? Aye. Ms. Perez?
Aye.
Ms. Alvaresco?
Aye.
Ms. Giles?
Aye.
Mr. Griffin?
Aye.
Ms. McClendon?
Aye.
Motion passed.
Item number 10, closed session. The motion was made by,
So moved.
moved by Mr. Griffin, second by Ms. Perez, that the board retire into closed session at 7 o'clock for the purpose of discussion of A, the employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees, specific individuals who serve as independent contractors in a park, recreational, or educational setting, or specific volunteers of the public body or legal counsel for the public body, including hearing testimony on a complaint lodged against an employee, a specific individual who serves as an independent contractor in a park, recreational, or educational setting, or a volunteer of the public body or against legal counsel for the public body to determine its validity. Also, Section 2C9, student disciplinary cases, and Section 2C12, the review of risk management information, records, data, advice, or communications from or with respect to any insurer of the public body or any intergovernmental risk management association of self-insurance pool of which the public body is a member. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Moved by, the motion was moved by Mr. Griffin, second by Ms. Perez. Roll call?
Ms. Perez?
Aye.
Ms. Giles?
Aye.
Ms. Alvaresco? Mr. Griffin?
Aye.
Ms. Clark Smith? Aye. Ms. McClendon?
Aye.
Motion passed.
Audience, we're gonna go into closed session. The conference room is open once we reconvene. Someone will be here.
Just think good.
The chair is seeking a motion to reconvene to regular session at 8:48 PM. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Mrs. Smith, second by Ms. Perez. The board reconvene to regular session. Roll call?
Ms. Clark Smith? Aye. Ms. Perez?
Aye.
Ms. Alvaresco?
Aye.
Ms. Giles?
Aye.
Ms. Thurman is absent. Mr. Griffin?
Aye.
Ms. McClendon?
Aye.
Motion passed.
Alright, item number 12, action to approve consent agenda A as presented in closed session. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Griffin, second by Ms. Perez. Is there any discussion? Roll call?
Ms. Alvaresco?
Aye.
Ms. Perez?
Aye.
Ms. Giles?
Aye.
Ms. Thurman is absent. Mr. Griffin?
Aye.
Ms. Clark Smith? Aye. Ms. McClendon?
Aye.
Motion passed.
Item number 13, unfinished business. Is there any unfinished business to be discussed by the board? Yes.
Would, the food service fall under that?
Oh, I thought that was gonna go back.
Oh, I know.
Okay,
Or, I'm asking.
I mean, has it been before the board before?
no.
That's it.
What about, when it is on, fiscal year end audit? Would that be unfinished or not? Yes, ma'am, just ask.
All right, there's no unfinished business for the board. Item number 14, new business. Is there any, business to discuss by the board members? If not, I'm going,
Yes, please.
okay, chair recognizes Ms. Giles.
For the agenda for, maybe next time, I would like to, take another look at the policy for calling in
Okay, it's noted that for new business, on the agenda, Mrs. Giles would like to review the policy, 2-220, for a board meeting. Is there any other new business? If there's no other new business from the board members, then I'm gonna yield to Ms. Baptist.
All right, before we start with this, we were at the conference of the third food now, they were discussing with us, and they had a food, tasting. And so they would now be providing, hot meals.
That's what she got to discuss, to see if they could even see it.
Okay. But I just wanted to make the board aware that we did do some tasting.
All right, Ms. Baptist, Chair recognizes Ms. Giles.
At those functions, what they are on their very best behavior, and you're gonna have the very best tasting food. And, they're going to put on the very best performance. And so I suggest that, this year, we make sure that we put our request for bids out there early enough so that we won't have problems accepting this, settling.
Okay, Mrs. Giles, I'm gonna yield the floor to Ms. Baptist. That is actually what she's about to discuss, so that she can get the direction from the board in regards to putting out the request, for bid, so that we could start the process early, so that we do not run into, any issues as you stated. Ms. Baptist.
All right, before I do food service, if I could just do a quick, new business, item. The, official audit reports in the AFR for fiscal year that ended June 30th, 2019. The draft have been completed for a couple weeks there. I didn't realize they were ready to, they're gonna be printed out and you all should be receiving them, this week sometime. I have invited the partner, to formally present it at the January board meeting. So, feel free to read and have your questions ready. You'll be here at 6 o'clock. I respectfully request to be towards the beginning of the agenda so you won't have to stay for the entire meeting. And for those who are asking, to hold up, the audit was actually completely finished over a month ago, with one exception, and that was the actuary as it relates to employee benefits. We have a new benefits person, as you all know, and it just sort of fell through the cracks, but we took care of it, and that's, we still meeting the state requirement to submit before December 15th. And I'll just take this opportunity because I feel like we always get a beat down. To a prerequisite, there are no deficiencies. All previous deficiencies have been resolved. It's a clean report. You can thank us later. We've been doing a lot of hard work. All right, food service.
This is a clarifying point, because I've been hearing a lot of, who's Miss Wilson report to? She doesn't report to Miss Mitchell. She does one thing for Miss Mitchell, and that's at the beginning of every year. She just writes the information on her calendar of her appointment dates. She basically reports more to me, and she shares a lot of responsibilities to Miss Baptist. Madam President, I will take care of that.
Food service. The board has had indicated that they wanted to go out for bid. What I was requesting and desiring and actually need is direction. Just in general, food service contracts have to be approved by the state at different phases. RFPs have to be submitted before they even issue to vendors. There's a specific process, because I don't know if you all realize it, but 100% of our food service basically is funded by USDA. It, based on the reimbursement rates, they literally cover not only the food, but the cost of most of our labor. So, They're very strict as far as how to do it. There are two, types of, food service contracts that are out there. There's one that's called vending meals, which is what we currently have, where we're purchasing meals. And then there's one that's called, and I'm might be using the wrong word, but basically a managed, do you know what the term is? Managed agency or something, where, outside people prepare the food to actually run the food service outside of the district, but they do it in district. Those are the two types of RFPs that I am aware of. Please jump in if you know more. I just started the initial research. I had initial meetings with Preferred Meals, not as it relates to the RFP, just FYI, really in the last couple of weeks. As you all know, our food service manager resigned. During this 3 to 4 week time, well, she was out a couple of weeks before she resigned. During this month period of time, I have not getting a new person because I've been taking the opportunity to review the process and get it in order. One of the things, and so I hope you don't mind, I'm really transparent. This come to light is that the state is tendering responses to review that they did of our food service back in the spring, where they listed 3 pages of citations. That's why I'm dealing with that process. And I want to clean up stuff before we bring a person in. Also getting our staff and our processes in place, and even our accounts, because it's some challenges. But with that being said, I met with Preferred about other things as it relates to our existing process. But I have been made aware today from them that, well, I'll just repeat my understanding of what they indicated. That the board had indicated an interest in complete food service where the food is prepared on site from scratch. And that they were instructed or directed, and they contacted me about access to the school to do an assessment of where they come up with equipment costs and how that could even work. And I was like, okay, that's outside of the 2 types of RFPs that I was even looking at. That's something completely different. And hence, I'm asking, what is the board direction as far as where you are headed with food service, so that we can do the proper thing in the proper way?
Okay, so for the record, let's say, that this past previous weekend there was a school board conference, and Preferred Meals, which is now Eagle, approached us and discussed the options of what they're doing now, which is now fully preparing and cooking food. And they wanted to come in to discuss that with us. They also gave us an option to visit another school district that is presently using that option, but there was no confirmed plans with Elor for them to come out and do an assessment of the schools and to see about equipment costs and all of that. That was basically an exchange of information, and we could set up a meeting and you can come in and speak to the committee that handles that, and along with yourself and the superintendent. That is what was discussed.
The issue when we say in a meeting is, if you have an RFP, a request for proposal, to keep it for a proper process, you need to come up with an RFP and give out to vendors, not having one-off, let's discuss what you give us.
And the reason for the meeting to discuss is because based off of the information that you presented to the board in regards to renewing the contract with Preferred, it was stated probably a couple of meetings ago that we had reached the max benefit of renewal with Preferred. And the meeting was going to be discussed with you, even if Preferred could be considered now that they are no longer Preferred, but they were bought out by a new entity, which is Eagle. So, from a legal standpoint, and then from a state standpoint, I guess that's the question we need to have answered first.
So your current vendor absolutely can bid again,
Mm-hmm.
in the next round. You just have to do another round if they've reached the end of, I believe it's a 5-year renewal and that's the max.
Mhm.
And then you bid again, you can choose them again if they are the lowest responsible bidder in the next.
Madam Chair,
Chair recognizes Ms. Giles.
one of the things that companies do is, they're not necessarily always bought out by another company or merged with another company. What they do is they simply pay a fee and they change their name and, stop, litigation or bankruptcy or bad publicity. So, this company, is good, I guess it's good to hear what they have to say, see what they have to present. But I think that we need to be on our P's and Q's with this company. Because they have proven to be safe.
My point is not with the particular vendor, my point is,
Well, that was just my thing that I tasted the food that they had before and then I tasted it afterwards. And it was garbage.
Who prepared it after?
the direction I'm having is, do you all want a vended, continue with the vended meal process that we currently have? Or is it another process so that I can find, because the state actually has templates of these RFPs, and there's only certain things you can tweak out of them. They have a template of these RFPs. That's how rigorous it is, and I'm asking, what process is it that the board is asking me to bid out on? Because that's what I'm at. Do you understand what
I
I'm saying?
understand what you're asking, but I don't know if that whole discussion is gonna be accomplished in tonight, because, you know, in previous bids that we've gone out, and when we tweaked this from the beginning of first coming onto the board, it was that the children had TV dinners that was heated up and we were only getting deliveries twice a week. Then we tweaked the bid when we came and we wanted fresh food. It has always been a desire for me as a board member that not only receiving fresh food, but we can be equipped out where the food is actually delivered and cooked daily. Hot meals to the schools, not just what we're presently doing now as far as the vending meals. So I don't know if that's a discussion that we can get all of that out tonight, because that will go into, well, if we go out to bid, is there something that we can put in the bid that whoever is accepting, they equip the material? Or is it something that the school district is gonna have to equip?
That's the reason why I'm like, tell me what direction you go.
Well, I don't know that
Right.
direction.
That's the reason why I'm asking, because, I mean, you are, getting the process going,
Mhm.
based on what I've only been doing high level reading, but that's part. They actually, the timeline, the state actually tells you to allow a month of shoot for their reviews in between, and they have 3 review points. They have to review the RFP before you put it out there. They have to review it after you, get the, vendors. You cannot invite, the way I'm understanding it. You can't submit, say, oh, I know food company A, so I can send them an RFP. Based on what, it's literally really rigorous, and that's why I'm trying to ask, what is it? So that I can put my right focus to try to deliver what you all want, and you don't after the fact say, you didn't do this, because I literally am at the stages where I want to start to put it together, start doing my calling of the state, saying, can I do this, can I do it? Because I know it's gonna be back and forth. And that's the reason why I was asking these questions for
Let me
direction.
ask a quick question. Let me ask a quick question, because,
One
what I'm
second,
hearing
Mr.
from you is that we're running out of time.
Well, what it end up happening is,
Two
it'll
months, 6
become,
months, or?
yeah, it comes March or April, and y'all be saying, what? And that's the reason why I'm
I
asking.
understand your.
Now it's early enough for me to actually, if I have direction, at least put the energy in the spot to try to deliver what you want.
But I think what's just Angela just said, pretty much for that. One of the reasons I'm here with the board, I want to make an impact on food, so that's my background. So I do want to change it, and we do want fresh food.
our staff in our schools have to all follow the same recipe, not add anything to it, because the state will not go for that. Two, meeting cook, what Eloy is offering is hot plates, okay? Big hot plates. Now, our staff has to cook, so that means we're gonna have to double up on time for them to come in earlier and clean up afterwards. So, really think about all the stuff that is gonna incur when we say we want fresh food. And our staff has to also be retrained to cook. Because right now, they're just heating up food. So I talked to the people at Eloy, and I saw that, the picture, and I don't think we're qualified on our school employees with their union contract or what is gonna go for that. Because now we're talking about adding more hours to their getting out of here at 1 o'clock.
Let me ask you this, and nobody, I don't.
Madam Chair.
Chair recognizes Ms. Giles.
Okay, we discussed last year, discussed about having, our own kitchens and cooking our own food and stuff like that. I don't think that we plan for that in our budgeting. This year, what I would suggest is that we plan to have meals pretty much the way they are right now. But for next year, put into our budgeting and, the planning, maybe set up a committee whereby we determine, how we're going to put in, ovens and, different facilities for people to cook. And when it comes to the, timing in that of preparing food, I think you have expert cooks and stuff like that. You find that there isn't that much difference, in it. And a good example of that is a restaurant. They're able to cook food really, really fast, and it's based on what their equipment is and, the skill of their cook. But I don't think that we should try to do all of that this year. We don't have enough time.
Mrs. Giles, to speak to that as far as having enough, time in the past, when we've gone out, trying to go out for bid, it has been a time constraint, because normally, it's been a time constraint, because normally we don't start the discussion until May, and school is starting in August. So, as far as the time constraint right now, we're not within that time constraint, because we're starting the process in December, which is enough adequate time. I guess to Mrs.
We're talking about like ovens and other facilities.
Correct, and that's a question that
Let's talk with the vendors.
we would have to talk to the vendors, because considering how we send out the bid, that may be something that we place in the bid, that they put out the facilities.
So they will provide the facilities. Do we have room in our school for that?
What is food? It's only food.
Well, let me ask this question to Ms. Baptist in regards to what Ms. Perez says, as far as the staffing. Years ago in the district, we used to actually cook fresh meals every day.
Thurgood Marshall.
Correct. So, did we have the same contract that we have now?
No, actually, you had porters, you had other positions.
Okay.
Staff had to, nutritional value. And that was pre, the state and USDA coming down hard on, if you stop with the meals that we have now, where they actually sending us the food, but if the server doesn't put some of the citations, that his observation that day at the school, there was 10 kids that didn't get the vegetable serving. Okay, that's the level of citation. So when you're talking about actually cooking, and I guess, I don't know, I guess I'm not a cook, so I don't know how they gonna do this, say, how much is 3 ounces, do they have to measure it, all of that, it'll be a serious learning curve, and it would adjust it would, we'd have to look at the union contract even for qualification. Because right now, just to be a lunchroom supervisor, you just have to have, you know, a high school degree, I think, and I don't think you even have to have the citations. I think the building assistants have to pass the, all of them have to do it. And that's just food safety, that's not nutrition. So, that's why I'm asking for direction as far as, I got a learning curve ahead of me. I don't wanna have to learn it all, so I'm asking what direction y'all want me to put my energy in so that I can try to come back. Cause I don't know how stringent this thing is gonna be. This is all gonna be an experiment.
So what I'm hearing, we're talking about getting away from the vending type of meals, correct?
Excuse me, but I think, are we letting just preferred chasers away from the vending because we're not satisfied with them? Is there another vendor out there that's gonna provide a better meal for the children? Instead of jumping the gun and going back to the kitchens and letting everybody cook and the way people do now, that water was too hot, I burnt my hand. You know, it's gonna be got a lot of variables in there when you go back.
And preferred has not all, I know that they've had the district for a period of time, but I can go back,
But
I can go back to my period of time when I was here before.
here's the problem.
It was serious. It was a different food service vendor.
But here's the issue that you're gonna run into, and that primarily, unless it's out of the box, that it don't happen. If we stick with the vending, and we put it out for bid, then I would be amazed if somehow Elor does not come in as the lowest bidder.
See, where your mistake is, and I'm sorry, lawyer, please correct me.
No, I know what you, I know what the verbiage you finna say. The most responsible lower bidder, is that it?
Yes.
Okay, right, and somehow they always are the most responsible lower
Can
bidder.
you
And
hear
when
me
we
out?
wanted to go with someone else, it was no, we had to go with preferred.
Can you hear me out?
Mm-hmm,
Part of the reason I think it is, because like I said, when I was here before, Preferred did not win, Series did. Is putting together the RFP and placing out the criteria in advance, where price might only be 40% of your criteria. That when you put your criteria together that reflects the priorities that the district have with the proper weights, it can open up competition. But the key to that is to put the criteria together, which has to be passed by the state. That's why I'm asking. I'm gonna do whatever y'all say. But just make me do it only one way. Tell me which way you wanna do it. And I would try to make it as open and to get you all the competition you want. You might be right, they might be. But the lowest responsible bidder is based on criteria which can be weighted as long as it's known, is approved by the state and is known by all vendors.
you know what, the last time that we went out for bid, I specifically remember that it was between Preferred and another company. And that company came in probably, and you were here when that bid came in probably about $200,000 more, $300,000. It was actually $300,000, I remember, because at that point the board was even willing to pay the difference, but we couldn't because we have to stick with what's funded by the state. And I was told the same language then, that it is based off of,
The tapping.
excuse me. Okay, all right. It was based off of, we had to go with the lowest bidder at that point, the lowest responsible bidder. And the only way that we could get out of not going with Preferred at that time is that we would have had to be able to state why they were not responsible in providing the service, which we didn't have any documentation on that.
And that's my point, the
Okay,
criteria.
so then my question to you is gonna be this. Where is our documentation now?
Were they already here when that happened?
Was Preferred already here?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if we go out to bid and they come back as the lowest bidder now,
But what I'm hearing is there's dissatisfaction with what they were doing.
correct, but where is the documentation on that?
Well, hopefully there is documentation to them from the district on some level of the dissatisfaction.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't.
Okay.
But I don't think you heard, you're not hearing what I'm saying with the criteria. I don't know, I was here, but of course, full service, I'm not under.
I know. But when we
I
do
did not
language,
review, but
right.
my point is, criteria, the way, if you lay out the criteria up front, it does give wiggle room. There are other food service vendors out there, they're getting in other ways, so it's all in how you do stuff, but I would, once again,
we
give
laid
it
out
a
the criteria, and the criteria then and how they got to
okay,
be.
then we'll go, fresh food is what y'all want, so y'all want this for
Chair
two?
recognizes Ms. Giles.
Okay, who is the new third, food manager?
I have not interviewed or selected one.
There's no,
Okay, can we talk to the old food service manager
As it relates to,
as it relates to, well, to me, when we're making decisions about food service, one of the things to me that should be addressed is that, the food service person should have some kind of input into it.
Right now.
The food service person that was within the district, Ms. Giles, has retired, so,
Yeah, I know.
okay, so we have to move forward and forge forward with what we have right now. So Ms. Baptist, this is, I guess, it's back to you, and you're saying that you're going to yield to whatever the board would like to do. But I guess since in regards to Mr. Lindsay's statement, is that not to scare off from doing vending, because here's the thing too, we could go out for fresh food and Eagle could still come in and be the lowest bidder.
That would be unfair.
cause you cannot solicit vendors.
So I guess what I'm saying, in essence, is what I'm saying is this, is that if Preferred has not been a great provider of service for the district, in order for, if we go out to bid, and they happen to come in as the lowest bid, the only way, if you even created your search criteria, to get out of that, you have to have the documentation on why they are not the most reasonable and lowest bidder. If not, the last discussion that we had, they will have a right then to take it, to the state or to court and enforce that they are the selected provider. So my question to the fellow board is this: it doesn't matter which way we go as far as the vending or the fresh food. It all goes back to, if we don't have documentation, it's a null and void conversation. Because the game is open for them and anyone else.
I'm not aware of any documentation.
You saying documentation from them or from us?
Documentation from us as a district on the dissatisfaction with their service.
Absolutely.
So, okay, I know that's absolute, but I'm asking, where is the document set? Has it been documented?
Imagine that
We need-
that would
we need
be
paper
something
trail.
with the food service people.
you got the citations, huh?
There's no state citations of our failures in facilitating the food service.
How
So,
much food
that-
is
that-
going away?
Well,
The
inside
state-
house, inside house, we don't do inspections.
Huh?
Inside the house, and what I mean inside the lunchrooms, who's responsible for the director of the food, doesn't have inspections, we don't do inspections.
I'm not aware of that process being done on a regular basis.
That needs to be done.
That's why I said.
That's what we need.
Part of the reason why I started off by saying I had hired a food service manager is because we're trying to address internal processes
Well, I can.
that have fallen,
like I said,
has fallen between the cracks.
That's my background, I can
so let me ask you this, Ms. Baptiste, I'm gonna yield to the superintendent on this. I understand that what trying to help with and clean up the internal processes that should have been taking place before we hire food service managers. But I guess with the weight and other things and the requirements that you have, why are we not seeking to bring in a qualified person to help you with that process along the way in correcting those internal processes?
Well, I'm gonna be quite honest, in just inheriting it, part of it is just identifying. The experience I'm seeing right now, we brought in a benefits person, new without, and the stuff is not, and stuff is falling through the cracks because they just didn't know. We hire a food service person. The ordering, I mean, as part of, look at, there's a system for ordering. There is a system for the claims thing. The fact that you have one, somewhere, can I go in this one? Okay, thank you. Okay, this is what I found, this is just in this 1 month. The Lockridge School is not keeping track of the meals it counts. They literally turn in a handwritten count. They're not using the system that's in place. Have no idea how many kids they actually have. People aren't keeping production reports. It's only because I have stepped out into the school that I even am realizing this and knowing it. And I had explained it to Mr. Holder and what the goal was. And started processing, like I said, have first meeting with preferred. And it was 2 days later that we get from the state, you haven't responded to these citations. That we didn't even know about.
So then I still revert back to my first question. Why are we not hiring a trained individual to help in that process?
I have looked at some of the, I have looked at most of the candidates and most of them, most of them are probably,
They're not qualified, is what you're saying?
They're not.
But in the meanwhile, I wouldn't want to set anybody up for failure, because I'm telling you, if they came in and actually heard what I was here at various schools, I don't know if they'd last a month.
Well, it would seem to me, if you're stating to me the individuals that have applied and not qualified.
Not all of them. There might be some that would be considered.
Okay, so the sums that would be considered, it would seem to me the best training aspect would be that they shadow you now to know what to look for and what not to look for in the process.
During the month of December, I did. That's all part of the plan.
Oh, so that's part of the plan.
I got a whole stack of folks. We actually got a plan, but that has nothing to do with the RFP, which you all were talking about.
Yeah, let me just kind of clarify something. We realized when Ms. Robinson, there was a major deficiencies in our food service program. So the first thing Jan and I discussed is what kind of capacity we could develop to shore some of this stuff up. And when we went into the schools, we realized that and I'm not trying to say anything negative about Ms. Robinson. There was a lot of things she was not doing. So, like Jan said, we had to go in there and start building some kind of established rules and protocols in which the folks had to follow. And that's what we've been doing. And we said this time, we've met with the principals, we've met with the principals, we've had, we've gone out and met with the food service, with the building assistants, and found out which building assistants actually know what are the needs for their responsibilities in the kitchen. So now that that's shored up, principals now know what their responsibilities are to that process. And now we're focusing on looking at viable candidates who we know that can come in the ground running. So that's where we are in that process.
So in saying that, we have to think the fact that it is not third food's fault.
Not everything.
Not everything.
It's in the food, but the preparation and getting it out to the students that are required.
That's what I'm finding in my initial review. We found a situation, I give a perfect example, where after school snack was moldy, but it was something that was supposed to be in the refrigerator and it was on the shelf. So I mean, this is the level of the stuff that we are. I mean, I know y'all want everything right now. We working on it.
Yes, we
I
are.
promise you, we spending days and nights doing this stuff. Ain't got what's coming down the pipe in mind. All I'm question is for the direction of the RFP process. What
Ms.
direction you want me to go,
Johnson,
so that's where the energy is spent. That's all I was asking.
That noise, Ms. Giles, is irritating, please.
I don't know what it is.
Okay, can we get a consensus for how you guys
May
want this?
I asked to see.
Ms. Giles, Chair recognizes Ms. Giles.
Okay, since we are semi in the dark here, why not hire a professional person to help us to make this decision, about, what is needed, especially since we're talking about, fresh foods and all of that. Why not hire a person who is experienced in doing that, and also experienced with, putting out the bids and all of that,
We have a person who.
and take care of it? Because Dan is gonna have a learning curve to getting this. We want to have as much time as we can. So why not just hire a professional to do this for us?
Ms. Mathis is very good, nurse.
She's asking the same question. She's well versed in her job, but this is something that's different. She's telling you she doesn't know. She's constantly telling you she's waiting for information to come up, which we are not able to give her.
Yes, we can give her the fact that we can, a vendor, whether we want vendor meals or managed agency.
Mrs. Giles,
And we're just going over the same thing over and over. She's asking the same question.
well, that's what we're going to get to. As a board, we can make a decision if we're going to proceed with an RFP for vended meals, or if we're going to proceed with an RFP for fresh cooked meals daily. So it's on the floor.
Okay, it's there, but there's more to it than just doing that, sticking an RFP out there. There's more to it than that.
The RFP is the key.
But do we have the staff? Do we have the facility? Do we have the space? What is it that we need? It's more than just an RFP. It's putting the information out there. We don't know. What it will amount to is that you are, or we will be sending out an RFP that might have all of the information we need, and it might not. We're not really sure. I've been listening closely.
Okay, and so with that being said, and your thoughts, because each board member has a thought on how they would like to proceed. What is your thought, Ms. Giles?
My thought is, just what I just said.
Okay.
Hire a professional instead of hiring Dan to do it. And this is no friend of her abilities or anything like that, but I can see one of the most intelligent people I've ever met. The thing is, this is not her first forte, and she's asking for us to help.
Okay.
She's saying that over and over again.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Giles, that's your opinion, and your statement. Ms. Smith?
Almost, that was best, to choose what we want. Our RFP to be vendor related or fresh food. That's all she's asking.
I'll start for our vendor.
Vendor.
That's all.
And vendor related is in relation to what we're receiving now present.
Same type of food.
It's
Vended
delivered.
meals. Delivered.
Say question.
I want fresh food, that's all. I want fresh food.
Say question.
Providing if we have.
Let me ask you this.
Space and equipment.
I would, one moment, you gonna have spoken. I would go with fresh foods, but in conjunction with what Ms. Giles has stated, I guess my question would be this. Is there any way in the coming weeks that we could, as I stated, reach out to investigate to see how they're running their process. And if the selection of the carrier that's providing it, did they provide the equipment and output the facilities? Did they provide, servers and workers also to come in and to prepare the food? Was that part of their bid when they went out for their contract and what they received? Is it possible for us to do that, seeing that we're not in the time crunch right now like we have been present?
We're not in the same level.
We're not in the same level.
Because
Right.
equipment is made.
Right, but I would think
That would
that,
be one of the things, but I'm telling you, my first call would be to the state. So
Okay.
once again, you all do up 209, I believe that's a managed company where those employees are not employees of the district. They're employees of that vendor.
correct.
So you get my point?
I get your point, yeah.
So
Right,
I will call the state and
Okay.
make sure I'm clear on that.
and you know,
And then
it's a-
just so you all know how the process will be. When they, if they clarify what I'm assuming, that there's only two things, there's the managed agency versus the vended meals,
Mhm.
being the two options. I will run straight to Ms. Hall, because I'm be letting them know that, you all are in the midst of contract negotiation. I believe there's current language in there to say that you can't contract out food service meal. And I'd ask them where we are with language, is it too late to pull it out? I'm telling you just how I think.
Mhm.
Cause it's been a minute since I read that non-certified contract, but there used to be language in there that literally said that you couldn't go outside. So that would be my first thing, after understanding. But I wanna first make sure that I understand what I have tentatively read with the state.
Okay, so then I think that
You
gives.
get my point?
Right, and I think that gives the first point of direction. And we can reconvene discussion on this at the January meeting, at the board meeting of the all committee. And based off of whatever information is found out, then we can come to a consensus and finalize what we plan to do as a board and what option to take. Is that fair?
Yeah, it will be with the goal though, to try to get whatever type of RFP out there in January, because my initial discussion, I've only had one with the state.
Okay.
They actually were saying that December was a slow month if I could get it together. I told them I probably couldn't do that. I'm still learning. But, because they did say, I mean, they literally saying the right thing to allow up to a month in between these processes. That don't mean it'll take that long, but I'm trying to talk with the state people as it goes, so I understand what I'm understanding. So, I'll share with you all where we are come January, because food service, after the audit done, everybody knew, the audit in the Navy, even the workers know. Food service is my current priority.
Okay. All right, Ms. Giles, did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So if there is no other new business, item number 15, adjournment. The chair is seeking a motion to adjourn the board meeting for December 2nd at 9:34 p.m. With the voice vote.
I'm sorry, Madam President.
One moment. Superintendent Holder has an announcement.
Yes, the 19th annual breakfast for honoring Dr. Martin Luther King by Hillside representation is having a dinner at breakfast again. Anybody, any board members interested in please let me know about it.
What day is Ms. Moser?
It's on January 20th, Monday, January 20th, at the Hillside Hotel at 4400 Frontage Road. And we will take care of the cost of that for you.
Okay.
So give me your name tonight, I can do that.
Okay, so just to re-speak. The chair is seeking a motion to adjourn regular board meeting at 9:35 p.m. with the voice vote. Is there a motion? Moved by Mr. Griffin, second by Ms. Smith. All in favor? Aye.
Monday?